Okay, let's get to Kehlani. Kehlani, she's a sweetheart. We went to the same church. We saw each other in the parking lot. We was excited to see each other. It was very sweet. It was a great interaction. We exchanged each other numbers. We start talking about what she do, what I be doing. She like, oh, y'all been working. I been getting in the gym. Like, shoot, I'll come join you. Like, get me right. Like, I'm an athlete at heart. I play pro league. So we just was heading off on that conversation. Everything went great. Okay, we working out. Before I start recording everything, I asked her, because, I make over 7 figures on my Snapchat. So she got a studio session afterwards. I said, do you care if I join? I would love to see how you work. She like, all right, but no cameras, this is my home. I said, all right, bet. We went to our house. Cool. Very respectful. We even prayed in there and all that. Okay, I think this is where it took a turn.
One moment they were clasping hands in a church parking lot, the next they were blasting each other across millions of timelines. How did a single tap of Kehlani's unfollow button ignite the wildest three-way feud 2025 has seen, dragging a Grammy-nominated R&B star, a headline-hungry reality boss, and a rapper still posting thirst traps from prison into the same combustible thread? Stay locked in because the receipts run deeper than Instagram stories, and the fallout could rewrite 3 entire careers before Blueface even steps outside those gates. Kehlani's manicured thumb hovered for less than a second, but fans caught it in real time. Early on July 6, 2025, sharp-eyed stans noticed the singer had quietly axed Chrisean Rock from her following list, barely 24 hours after the pair uploaded sweaty mirror selfies from Kehlani's home gym. Speculation erupted. Some blamed a viral balcony clip in which a man on the sidewalk threatened to call ICE, claiming someone in Chrisean's entourage brandished a weapon. Blogs ran with that angle, but the timing never lined up. The ICE altercation was filmed weeks earlier, and Kehlani would later insist it played no part in her decision. Commenters dissected every like, comment, and side-eye emoji while the two women stayed eerily silent. The silence itself became fuel, driving hashtags like #UnfollowGate into Twitter's worldwide trends. Within hours, celebrity tea pages pushed screenshots alleging Chrisean had done something foul in Kehlani's house. Nobody had proof, but the hint of hypocrisy, holy on Sunday, messy on Monday, was irresistible clickbait. By sundown, YouTube reaction channels were already uploading 10-minute breakdowns, promising the shocking reason Kehlani ran for the hills. What nobody realized was that a far uglier story was brewing in Chrisean's Instagram drafts, one she believed would flip the victim narrative in her favor. And when she finally pressed go live, the internet would forget all about that balcony video. Rewind 48 hours. Sunday morning on Melrose Avenue, and Kehlani is sliding out of an SUV wearing an oversized off-white hoodie and zero makeup. She wasn't even scheduled to sing, but her stylist's cousin convinced her to visit a local fellowship group known for low-key celeb attendance. Outside the sanctuary, she spots Chrisean, baby in one arm, Dior diaper bag in the other, grinning like they're old friends. Chrisean breaks the ice first. Sis, I love how you kept it real about Palestine. Compliment melts the tension. Numbers are exchanged, a quick prayer circle forms, and Kehlani invites Chrisean to stop by for a recovery workout the next morning. Monday's session starts light, treadmills and gossip, but quickly dives into real talk about relationships, sobriety, and industry predators. Kehlani, who once wrestled prescription demons, opens up about setting stricter boundaries around chaotic energy. Chrisean nods yet keeps glancing at her phone, fielding rapid-fire texts from Blueface family chat. Kehlani suggests a guided meditation. Chrisean laughs it off and asks how to grow glutes faster. Nothing about the morning felt sinister, until Chrisean noticed Kehlani's tone shift whenever Blueface's name surfaced. Little did she know those half-second pauses would detonate into a full-blown confession on Instagram Live. But before that bomb dropped, Chrisean would flick on her ring light and invite 30,000 viewers to watch a very different drama unfolding right outside her lobby.
Chrishawn, you only hung out with Kehlani for one day. Now y'all already unfollowing each other? Because it only took one day for Kehlani to realize this is not the person I need to be around. Now, in a 3-part IG story, Kehlani and Chrishawn had teamed up to head to the gym. Because the interaction was so short, it was pretty shocking after what happened next. Now, I guess after their workout, Chrishawn had began her live stream from which looked like her apartment. Some defamatory statements were made in regard to security outside of the apartment.
Are you okay, sir? Are you okay, sir?
No, let's just keep it quiet, please.
Nah.
Keep it quiet, 4th of July, buddy.
Why you got your...
I know, we all got guns. We all got guns. It's okay. Ice. You don't want me to call Ice.
So from what looks to be like Chrishawn's apartment, this neighbor comes out because of a noise issue. And apparently this neighbor had confronted one of Chrishawn's security detail, and then that's where the argument ensues. And then you can hear another individual, a part of Chrishawn's entourage.
July 7th, 1:43 p.m. Pacific. Chrishawn's front camera opens on her penthouse balcony, capturing a tense standoff between a gray-haired neighbor and one of her private security guards. The neighbor complains about constant yelling and claims he heard a firearm cocking. The guard scoffs, flashing a holstered sidearm that's perfectly legal in California. Fans spam the chat with eyeball emojis, begging Chrishawn to stay safe. Suddenly, without warning, the live stream pivots. Chrishawn turns the phone to selfie mode and unloads a 5-minute monologue. Kehlani, she alleges, had spent the entire workout calling Blueface a master manipulator and urging her to dump him. Then, plot twist. Kehlani supposedly admitted she had rolled that face in the past, but wasn't worried because it meant nothing. Chrishawn says she felt blindsided. How you gonna give me advice about leaving a man you already sampled? The language is raw, names censored only by half-pronounced expletives. Within minutes, screen recordings flood X/Twitter, racking up millions of loops. TikTokers slice the rant into spicy 30-second edits with dramatic zooms, racking up even more. Chrishawn promises receipts, DM screenshots, old studio footage, but stops short of dropping them, ending the live with, "Y'all ain't ready for that chapter yet." The internet is now rabid for Kehlani's response. And it comes, but not in the fiery tone anyone expected. Kehlani breaks her silence in a 3-slide Instagram story featuring a plain black background. Slide 1. I separated for my own reason. Slide 2, 0B. Just protecting my peace. Slide 3. Focus on your son, sis. I wish you nothing but blessings. The brevity infuriates Chrishawn's supporters, who brand Kehlani a sanctified gaslighter. Kehlani refuses to elaborate but does engage a few TikTok commenters, insisting the ICE balcony clip wasn't the final straw. She simply felt unsafe being filmed at unpredictable hours, especially with doxers already leaking her tour itinerary. Entertainment outlets rush to cast Kehlani as the composed adult, but others call her response condescending. Motherhood doesn't grant moral high ground, one viral tweet claims. Meanwhile, Blueface name spikes again as users debate whether he truly hooked up with Kehlani or if Chrishawn fabricated the tale to deflect from her own scandals. Kehlani logs off, letting the chatter burn itself out. But Blueface, 700 miles north at California State Prison Lancaster, somehow manages to pour gasoline on the flames without typing a single word. On July 12th, Blueface verified Instagram drops a carousel of fresh prison photos. Sleeveless state-issue top, blue trousers, latex gloves, and mirrored sunglasses. Poses straight from a GQ spread. Fans cheer his new muscle mass while critics roast the perceived glamorization of incarceration. The post's caption? 90 days left. Y'all behave. That single line reignites rumors that good behavior credits will shave his 4-year sentence down to roughly 12 months. Placing his release window between late July and early October 2025. Comment sections immediately spiral. Did Blueface orchestrate Chrishawn's IG rant to keep his name trending? Does Kehlani secretly fear backlash once he's free? His father claims the rapper will come home focused on family, while manager Whack 100 insists the industry is starving for the comeback album. Whether or not he's pulling strings, the timing of his photo dump vaults the feud back onto Explore pages worldwide. And just as the chatter reaches peak volume, Kehlani finds herself juggling another crisis that strikes at the heart of her livelihood. April 24, 2025. Cornell University axes Kehlani as Slope Day headliner after alumni groups blast her pro-Palestinian activism as divisive. Student organizers cry censorship. Conservative pundits label her an anti-Israel agitator. Barely 2 weeks later, New York City's Summer Stage cancels her Pride concert following pressure from the mayor's office, citing security concerns. More than 70 artists, including Residente, Boots Riley, and India Moore, sign an open letter accusing the city of silencing queer Palestinian voices. Brand managers panic, but fans mobilize. Hashtag Let Kehlani Sing trends as TikTok creators remix her 2024 hit Next to You with footage from campus protests. Spotify streams spiked 22% in a single weekend, proving controversy doesn't always kill momentum. Till every cancellation chips away at venue confidence. forcing her team to rethink routing for the Crash World Tour's postponed North American leg. Ironically, the backlash plants seeds of sympathy, repainting Kehlani as a principled artist fighting for free speech, even as Chrishawn portrays her as a covert homewrecker. That collision of narratives sets up a question neither woman can dodge. What happens when activism, motherhood, and messy entanglements collide on the same timeline? Chrishawn's spiral didn't start with Kehlani. Back on February 3, 2025, her ex-boyfriend Ronnie Doe, who'd spent months claiming paternity of Chrishawn Jr., was fatally shot outside a Maryland home. Police classified it as a targeted homicide. No arrests to date. The tragedy triggered a public DNA test that confirmed Blueface was indeed the baby's father, deepening Chrishawn's emotional roller coaster. Within 8 weeks, she faced backlash for an on-stream meltdown involving alleged narcotics abuse she later denied using, got banned from a Houston nightclub after a bottle-throwing incident, and watched social services investigate her parenting after a clip showed her son chewing on a blunt. Each headline hardened her online persona as an agent of chaos. Fans argue that Kehlani's safety boundaries feel justified in light of such volatility. Others counter that Chrishawn is a product of relentless trauma and deserves grace. Either way, the mother of one now finds herself framed as the villain in a narrative she insists Kehlani authored with selective storytelling. And looming over it all is a ticking clock of Blueface's release. Will his homecoming stabilize Chrishawn, or pull every loose thread until the whole tapestry unravels? Lost in the drama is the fact that Kehlani is having the most commercially successful run of her career. Her fourth studio album Crash dropped June 21, 2024, debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and earned 3 nominations, including Best Progressive R&B Album at the 67th Grammy. Instead of basking in the afterglow, she flooded fans with While We Wait 8 months later, sealing her reputation as R&B's most prolific storyteller. Physical copies landed February 21, 2025 and sold out in under 12 hours on her website, despite radio hesitancy linked to her political stands. Then came Folded, a late June single that fused Afrobeats percussion with whisper-close falsetto. Thanks to a TikTok slow dance challenge, it cracked Spotify's global top 50 in 6 days, outperforming mainstream playlist darlings with double her marketing budget. Amid cancellations, the Crash World Tour still moved 95% of tickets across Europe, Asia, and Oceania before wrapping in Honolulu on March 26, 2025. North American arena dates slated for September had to shuffle, but rescheduled shows sold out within minutes after Live Nation quietly emailed pre-sale codes to fan club members. So Kehlani stands at a crossroads. Political firebrand costing her stage time, yet streaming numbers soaring. Name dragged into Blueface drama, yet Grammy recognition finally catching up. Contradiction is intoxicating, and precisely why her next move could tilt public opinion either way. Here's the official timeline. Church meeting July 5th, gym session. July 6th, morning Kehlani unfollows that night, then Chrishawn's balcony live. July 7th afternoon, Kehlani's story rebuttal. July 8th, dawn, Blueface photo drop. July 12th, everything else, private DMs, alleged confessions, deleted Snapchats, remains unverified. Kehlani claims personal safety drove the distance but won't specify threats. Chrishawn insists Kehlani confessed intimacy with Blueface, yet still hasn't posted the alleged screenshots. Blueface, playing puppet master or innocent bystander, refuses to confirm or deny. Fans scour metadata, comparing house interior photos to rental listings, hoping to prove Kehlani ever stepped inside Blueface Calabasas' condo. Conspiracy TikTokers analyze studio acoustics in Chrishawn's Snapchat to guess whether Kehlani's voice appears in the background. So far, nothing conclusive, just a widening gulf between two narratives that refuse to overlap. Until concrete receipts surface, viewers are left with an uneasy question. Is this a genuine moral clash or the smartest cross-promotion stunt of the streaming era? From a Sunday parking lot hug to accusations of bedroom betrayal, this feud traveled lightspeed, propelled by algorithm, fueled by rumor, and supercharged by a rapper who hasn't breathed free air in nearly a year. Kehlani's chart-topping era now shares headline space with concert cancellations and Blueface whispers. Chrishawn's redemption arc fights for oxygen amid yet another tragedy. And with Blueface penciling his name on a July 2025 release board, the final chapter hasn't even started. Will receipts drop? Will new alliances form? Or will the whole mess fade the moment someone else hits unfollow? Drop your theories below, keep those notifications on, and buckle up, because if a single tap can set 3 careers on fire, imagine the wildfire waiting when the prison gates swing open. So who's gonna be the next person in the limelight? Please like and subscribe for more of the latest celebrity news and updates. I'll see you all in the next one.